Hello friends, this is Sharmi with the Amateur Gardener. I'm back to gardening today. We are going to be doing a bunch of perennial planting, especially as a front layers in front of my roses. And the plants that I'm going to be using, I'll be showing you, walking you through it. It'll be mostly Salvia and Brigadoon St. John's Wort. So I tried it last year. It worked really well for me, and the Salvia, they are beautiful. They come back every year, no matter what. They are from proven winners, the Salvia, and they are, I think, Rockin planted the blues Salvia, and I have several clumps of it. And for the last, some planted 3 years ago, some planted a couple of years ago, most of them 3 years ago, and they are beautiful. So that is what I'm going to put in front of my tree roses. Let me show you an area where I have it. So this is an area that I have, like, I think about 3 of them, and they fill up the space like wonderfully. I get questions from everyone about these plants. And you can see I have a tree rose in front, and then as a backdrop I have a Seryu Japanese maple. The sun actually is very limited. It's almost like not full shade, but like at least no more than 2 to 3 hours of sun in the back layer, thanks to the 2 houses on each side, and this crepe myrtle tree that's here that's starting to leaf out now. But this front area, this two ends of an angle, gets quite a bit of sun, at least like half a day's sun. So these have been flourishing here for the last 3 years. And since they get very tall, I don't want to plant them in front of shrub roses, but I'm okay with planting them in front of tree roses. So I'm going to do boxwoods as in my back rose garden, in front of the shrub roses, but these are good for the tree roses. And then I'm also going to plant it in front of my 6 tree roses in the front yard. This is another area where I'm going to plant it. You can see I have Burford holly. I think it's not Burford holly. Whatever, it's a holly. At the back, it came with the house. I don't mind it. Gives like a green backdrop. And then in front, I have some boxwoods here. And then in between, I have these tree roses. I'm sorry, I said 6. I think I have 5 of them here. They are all David Austin roses. I think it's Tranquility, Roald Dahl. I think it's Queen Anne, and I'm forgetting the names, but Carding Mill, and I forgot the last one is. But anyway, so they're like these 5 roses, and then I'm going to put a layer of the proven winner Salvia here. I already have one here that is starting to leaf out, and then I'm just going to continue the layer and maybe plant like 6 more here. And then I'll probably fill up this spot with another boxwood or 2. Okay, so that's the plan for this area. As I'm walking to the back, I had to stop and show you my Savannah roses. We got a ton of rain with rainstorms over the last 2 days, but the flowers and everything are drooping. But this looks so awesome. This is another rose that is also droopy now, but I'm sure it's going to perk up. This is the Ray Ponton rose. It's a newer rose. Look at the number of buds. It's like more pinky, purpley kind of flower, and it has multiple colors. As it fades away, it changes to more like a whitish pink color. And on my way, this is another one. This is a Moonlight in Paris. I love the blooms. And as you can also see, it's kind of bending over with the blooms because of all the rain it received. And then just looking at the backdrop here, these are proven winners, also easy double red roses. They don't get much credit, but these form a wonderful backdrop and they flower non-stop all summer. So here you can see it. It's a beautiful filler, and that's only 1 rose. This has been here for quite a while. This is, I think, year 3 for this rose. And then on the backdrop, I have a climbing rose that is a new dawn, and that should take over this fence. If I take a step back, that is what the area looks like now. It's going to fill up with a lot of angelonia that always comes back for me, at least for the last 3 years. Um, and then the middle, I have Golden Falls redbud. I just planted it last fall, so it's starting to bloom out. You can see a couple of teeny tiny blooms, but I expect that to fill up. It's a fast growing redbud, so I expect that to fill up this place, and then the rose should be like the shade for it. Otherwise, this bed is like in full sun. I think I've shown you all this bed before. There's a big limelight hydrangea at the back, and that is one of my best blooming limelights. And tell you guys, it's in full sun here. Let's go and show. And then I have some kale in the front, which are looking awesome, so I have no reason to pull it out. Giving you a look of the Brigadoon St. John's wort, how it looks. It's a beautiful yellow, bright yellow color. So I think I will enjoy this in the triangle bed that we have. Here are the plants that came yesterday. I got 14 of the salvias and 10 of the St. John's wort. You can see my dahlias are poking their heads. And so this is where I'm going to plant it. So the salvia are going to go in front of the tree roses. I'm alternating a tree rose with a shrub rose here. So we have 4 tree roses and 3 shrub roses. And 2 of the shrubs are Munstead woods that I can show you the beautiful blooms. Again, the flowers are heavy and it's been raining non-stop for us for the last 2 days. It's still wet and it looks so awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put like boxwoods in front of the roses there. And then these are, we have daffodils here, but I know the daffodils will peter out. So I'm going to do alternate Brigadoon St. John's wort, which should creep over. And then I'm also going to put the white superbena or verbena. It looks like verbena. We'll have to see. It's still not here. The grower said it's going to take another 3 weeks for it to be here. But I'm going to do a layer of the Brigadoon St. John's wort, and then for the tree roses, I'm going to plant the salvia in front of the tree roses. I had salvia in front of shrub roses before, but those salvia are so vigorous that they kind of take over everything, and hence I decided I had to pull it out and put it somewhere else, and I can show you where I put them. Here are the 4 salvias. Let me show you. These are also the Rockin Playin, the blues salvia from Proven Winners. I have 4 clumps. I had to transplant it from the bed I just showed you with the red bud because they were getting so tall and they were covering up my shrub roses there, even the oh so easy red rose. So I had to take them out, pull them off, and put them here. And they took it. They took I mean, they suffered a little bit for that year, but next year on, didn't even wink, like, show any signs of the fact that they were transferred over in the middle of the summer. Just giving you a quick look of a Viva Polonia clematis. I just love this clematis and it grows beautiful year by year. These flowers were more closed up yesterday and they are starting to open up. And this is how the spent bloom looks like. There's another one there. Okay, and this clematis is paired with a awakening rose. So you can see this rose. This is the awakening rose. It's in the same family as dawn, new dawn, and awakening is also in the same family. And this plant is like, I cannot tell you how many buds it has. It's countless. And I grow veggies intermingled with my flowers, so there are my okra. So I'm going to use a long auger to dig the holes first, and then I'm going to go planting. I'm going to put some biotone in between. So this is what I'm doing. Um, I put the plants where I want to put them, each of them, and then I'm going forward and digging the holes. So it's going to be two of the salvia with one of those in front of one of the St. John's wort in front of the tree roses, and for now just St. John's wort in front of the shrubs. So the point here you can see is that I do have a lot of daffodils here growing, but as we all know, daffodils don't last all year. They will all be gone in a month or two. So I want something to cover up in between, and then in future I'll have daffodils come up in between the St. John's wort. Okay, so here as you can see, daffodils are still coming up, but by the time they fade away, these other plants should be taking over. So I'm just moving the plant aside, making the hole. That way it'll be easier for me to plant. Okay, so I'm in the front yard now. I'm going to plant the rest of the salvias. There are 6 of them. There's actually one already here, so it's going to be a continuation of that. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll find space for a 6. But that, and then we'll continue the boxwood hedge that's here and finish it off with another extra one here. That's the plan for now. Okay, so let's get going. And of course, I'm going to use my handy dandy auger that makes work simple. Okay, so here I think 7, 6 plus 1. 1 was already there. Salvias in a row in front of the tree formed David Austin roses, and there's a boxwood here completing this hedge. Of course, this is much smaller than this old established boxwood hedge, but it'll grow. Giving you a quick look from this other side, these are all the Supertunia bubblegum that just refused to die, and this is their 3rd year in a row that they have come back. Most of the other varieties don't come back as much, but the bubblegum does. Most of the things are starting to leaf out, and those are the roses. One is shorter that you see, that is Sceptre d'Isle, and that one was planted a couple of months ago. But probably, yeah, a couple of months ago. But the rest were planted last year. Quick view of the rising sun redbud as it is leafing out. We put some foxglove here. I think this is the Dalmatian pink, just underneath the Chinese fringe tree. I think this is the Tokyo Tower. This is the tall, fastigiate one. Okay, some more foxglove here as well. This is the Peruvian lily that I had planted last week. And this is where I planted the St. John's wort and the salvia in front of the roses. I'm hoping that it's going to nicely fill up this area over time. And let me give you a far off view. This is how this place looks like, and the front layer will be superbena or verbena white. That's my plan. So hopefully you all enjoyed my video about planting up some of my areas that are more relatively newer beds versus some things that I wanted to do last year, but then it was too late. Fall came and I wanted to wait for spring to plant salvias, but got my hands on them online, ordered them. Plants were in pretty good shape, and then I got to plant them today, and hopefully it's going to grow very nicely over the years. If you like my video, please do hit a like and a subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.